Do you hear that? I think the tea is ready. You're listening to Pop of Tea. Hello, everyone. You're listening to Pop of Tea podcast. We're your hosts, Danielle and Sydney. How is everyone?
I'm great. I guess you're really only asking me.
Yeah. Well, how about I'll say, how is everyone? I'll pause. And then people in the car can respond. Or not. Moment. You know, maybe you're not in the car, but
yeah,
whatever you're doing.
Right. Do a wellness check on yourself. How are you today? I'm actually not great. I'm kind of tired. I was going to say, thank God we're not doing video yet.
Yeah.
Because I look rough.
Well, what do you expect? You just came from a 10-hour.
I wake up at 5. I get ready in like very low lighting. I don't do my makeup anymore because masks. I didn't even wash my hair last night.
Okay.
So
that's fine.
That.
You don't have to wash it every day.
No. I wash my body, but you know.
I love a good body shower.
Really? Yeah, I don't, but.
Well, I can't really.
I use a hair, a shower cap.
Okay.
It's so funny looking.
My hair, I don't know why. I think it's so, well, it's not even like super thin, but what do you call that? Like fine hair?
Oh, fine. Yeah. My hair
that it gets greasy really fast. Like if I say I wake up, shower, like blow dry and straighten or curl my hair, by the end of the night, I'm like, greasy. I'll need it. Yeah. Like I'll need a shower. Like
I'm in the same boat, and I tried dry shampoo. It
doesn't
really work.
I don't know how people pull that off.
I don't know. So I can go like 2 days, but then it starts to look gross and it feels gross. So I'm just really glad we're not like on video.
Yeah.
This isn't like
we would definitely have to plan for that.
But I did have a random thought today, and it's kind of just like, what are your favorite like social media apps? Because personally, I've stopped going on Twitter, or like when I do, it's very sparse.
It's funny you say that because before I got TikTok, I used to go on Twitter
a lot.
All the time.
Yeah, same. TikTok replaced Twitter for me, and I like it more.
Yeah, but the problem is TikTok, and I know we talked about this a lot, is I get sucked into it. Like, I can't stop.
A tick hole.
That just sounds disgusting.
No, it's really not good. But same, and I think it's actually like become a problem sometimes. I will sit there for an hour, no problem. 1 hour.
Well, I sometimes compare it. I'm like, okay, so in the morning I'll wake up. I try not to get on my phone before I get out of bed, but I do.
That morning in your bed with your phone hits different.
And I'm thinking,
so good.
like, after a half hour that I'm on social media, I'm like, I could have been up and on the treadmill by this point.
And like
what is
done
wrong
with
with
your
me?
workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
What is wrong with me?
I know. That's, yes.
Thanks for agreeing.
Well, like, do you still use Facebook?
Yeah, my number one, like, okay, so say I wake up in the morning.
Yeah, what's your order?
Most excited for Instagram.
Okay.
And it depends, like, if I continue to scroll, or it depends who I see the lineup is.
Have you ever gotten to the end of your stories? Because I feel
quite a few times.
I feel like I have so many stories and I've never hit the end. I give up and I'm like,
oh, you know what? I've never hit end of stories. I've hit end of new posts though. When it says like you're all caught up.
Oh.
Yes, I've hit that.
Never done that.
Yep.
I bounce. I'm like, I go on Instagram and then I go to not Twitter. I go to TikTok. I go to Facebook. I go to Snapchat. I just like swipe. I keep all the apps open and I just do the thing where you like
bounce and then restart.
It's kind of like psychotic. I don't know. Because I just get bored. And I'm like,
it's a thing though.
On to the next. And then I'm like, ooh, back to TikTok.
Yep. Because TikToks, you're always going to have new content.
Right.
I do check. It's usually like Instagram, Facebook. And Facebook, I can do just like a quick overview. Because there's not
Facebook,
too
I'm like,
much.
do I have a notification? Okay. But I don't really like, sometimes I do scroll on Facebook though.
I do.
It's not fun though. I'm not like enjoying it. I'm just kind of like,
Yeah. No, I hear you. I like to see if there's new
Nate
pics.
scrolls on Facebook like it's his job.
You're kidding.
But the thing that annoys me the most is he will watch TikToks on Facebook. And I'm like, but you could just go to TikTok.
I used to do that with Instagram though. Yeah. So I get it.
I hate it. It's like... And then he shows me like he's funny and this is like new. I'm like, yeah, I saw that on TikTok like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Just made it to Facebook.
It just jumped platforms today. So no, but yeah. So before TikTok, I still like Twitter. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I do. Cause then I see a tweet and I'm like, that's a good one.
Funny.
Like, I like it, whatever. But I don't really like post tweets anymore. I don't really care about any. I don't know.
Yeah. TikTok is last for me because I know once I get started,
You won't stop.
I can't stop. So can't stop, won't stop.
Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know, I just thought
thanks for
it.
asking.
But about like Reddit.
I've been on Reddit,
but it's only when I'm looking for something in particular. I don't scroll Reddit.
I've never
been
on
Litter Robot.
Reddit.
I joined like the Litter Robot subreddit, and that was fun.
Okay.
I became active.
They gave you good advice on there?
Yeah, they gave good advice. I posted questions.
Nice.
I mean, well, actually, I posted the question like, why does everyone love the Litter Robot so much? I absolutely hated it, and everyone was like attacking.
Oh, you hated it?
Yeah, I returned it.
Oh, you're kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Well, did your cats just not want to use it?
They did, but like the equipment sucks.
Oh.
I'll say it. And that was one of my New Year's resolutions. I did it, and then it backfired on me.
You probably saved some money by sending it back.
$500. Yeah.
Yeah. Like that's the like if you're not satisfied with that purchase,
right,
it's
like
going back.
It caused me way more. Well, what am I saying? More issues than it helped.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, everyone was like defending it, and they were like, "What? Like, what did you do wrong?" I'm like, "Oh my god!" Like, there's got to be someone out here that agrees with me,
right?
Because
they're probably just not on that group, though.
Probably not.
The litter bot. What is it called?
Litter robot.
Litter robot lovers. So we have a bombshell to talk about that rocked Bachelor Nation on Wednesday.
Yes.
Colton Underwood, which he wasn't just The Bachelor, he was also on Bachelor in Paradise, correct?
Yeah, like 2 seasons
and
at least.
The Bachelorette.
Yeah. Started on The Bachelorette.
Okay.
He was on Becca's season. Wait, he went on Paradise
and
in between.
So he really didn't have any luck.
No, but he was with girls. I mean, obviously, but like he had girls. It's not like he was completely alone and like not finding love. Like,
okay.
Women loved him.
Well, the bombshell is that he did an exclusive interview on Good Morning America with Robin Roberts, and he came out as being gay. And I'll ask you what your initial response to it was.
Yeah.
And people online, I've seen mixed. People were like, oh, which some of them are kind of harsh, saying like, oh, well, it makes sense that he was the virgin.
I know.
Blah,
and
blah,
like,
blah.
First of all, I don't believe he was a virgin. I think the producers made that up.
He talks on it though. So
I know. Maybe he was, but
they focus so much on it though. I didn't even watch season, and I know that he was the virgin bachelor.
You know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Maybe he was, but that shouldn't be the focus.
No.
Because there are other people who are virgins.
And so when he left with, what's her name? Cassie. Were they engaged Randolph. Or they were just together?
No, they were not engaged.
Just
because she left, he had to chase after her. He still had 2 girls left, and he was basically like, look, I want Cassie. I'm sorry. I'm going to like try to get her.
Okay.
It was crazy. And Cassie, like, I think people were like, oh, does she really want to do this? Because it just seemed like he went out of his way so hard for her. So she was kind of like, yeah, like felt bad. But then they were together for a good amount of time.
Okay. Yeah, until which we did talk about.
They broke up.
Yeah.
But it was messy.
Very messy.
Yeah, he stalked her. Well, put a camera on his
tracking device thing.
Yeah, not camera, a tracking device. She filed a restraining order.
She later got what do you call that? Cancel or
she dropped
it. Yes. She
canceled it.
The restraining order canceled. So she dropped the restraining order for reasons maybe
I don't know. Maybe they talked about it. Who knows? But
so, and he said in the interview with Robin Roberts that he loved everything about Cassie. He did like her, but I mean, deep down, he just like he's gay. He said he came to terms with this earlier this year because he said, 2020, a lot of people have had time to like look in the mirror and reflect, and so did he. But then this year, he had
COVID.
Oh, he did? Oh, sure.
Yeah.
So he knew he was different from, he said, the age of 6, which is crazy. I mean, It's pretty young.
I don't remember anything from
age 6.
That age.
No, but I guess if it's something like that, like if you're
right,
I don't know.
Right. It would be monumental.
So he decided to share this news because he finally got to a place that he didn't think he was ever going to share it. And he said that he was suicidal. At one point, he said he went to bed not thinking he was going to wake up. Like,
wow.
I mean, obviously that's not the case, but he
Yeah.
said he would have rather died than say he was gay. And you can hear in his voice in the interview, it's like shaking. Like, you can tell this was a big thing. Well, it would be a
Wow.
big
It
thing
is a
for
big
anyone,
thing.
especially in the
like,
public eye.
I'm definitely proud of him, and like that's huge.
Yes.
So I'm happy for him.
Yeah, like, you do you. You're
Yeah.
finally able to.
Yeah, I'm sure like just things will get better for him.
He abstained from sex with female partners, which caused a lot of speculation about his identity from high school when he was in sports and on the. He said he was on the football team and everything.
Right,
and
right. He was like the sports guy, but
yeah,
like the stereotypical sports guy also has a lot of sex.
right.
I guess, whatever.
Yeah, so he says like the rumors amongst the team and everything, like they were so loud that it finally even got to his parents that like he was gay or whatever, which he never even said. But since he was still a virgin, people were like saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, are you gay?" Things like that.
Well, yeah, that's traumatizing.
Yeah.
Like then he was like he just wants to push it down even deeper. Like
Right.
yeah, I can see that.
So the rumors were so bad, he was saying that his parents finally got wind of it, and his mom, and they were religious and everything, still are religious, I'm assuming. His mom basically said like, it's okay if you are, because I guess once you hear things so many times, maybe as a parent you're wondering like,
right, like
is it
right
true? Is it not? Continuing on with the whole virginity story, it was a big topic. We know this.
Yeah.
He continued to date Cassie until the split in May 2020, and we already talked about the restraining order. He apparently wrote a book.
Yes.
Which I didn't know he wrote a book, but
He did.
So I looked it up because obviously I couldn't read it in that short amount of time.
Right.
But
it's a whole book.
He talks about his sexuality and says that the show taught him that he was straight and that he's very attracted to women, but it would have been okay if it would have been the other way. So he kept telling himself these things, I guess. And then this next part, which honestly made me feel really bad as someone, I feel like you can't understand it unless you are gay and religious. It's probably such an internal battle. But he said when he got cast as the Bachelor, he thought it was a sign from God that he was straight. He thought, finally, thank you, God, you're letting me be straight and giving me a wife and kids. So he thought that like, that was God's sign.
Shit.
Like when he was cast, you know, as like the lead, not just.
No, yeah. What?
So then Robin Roberts raises the question, what do you have to say to these women that you had on your show? Like maybe they think it was all a lie and, you know, this and that. And he said he's sorry to the people that he dated and misled. He said he wished he didn't drag them into his own mess of figuring out who he was. But I feel like, I don't know how I would feel as a contestant. I would probably be a little confused, or maybe I would be like, oh, it makes sense now.
Yeah.
And if he was acting like different.
Right. I wonder, Cassie hasn't spoken out. Don't know if she will. I'm sure she's still processing.
Probably.
Yeah. I always wonder what that's like to date somebody and then
Them
they
come
come
out
out
as
as
gay.
gay, like after you break up. I mean, it's not about you, so you can't be
yeah,
like,
it isn't.
oh, it's my
But you still probably have
you
thoughts
know.
about it.
Yeah,
Because I would probably be like, well,
you'd be like, what did I do?
did he want to kiss me?
Right.
Did he like
right.
kissing? Like,
Yeah,
that
like,
type of
was that
thing?
all fake? Like,
Yeah.
was he like repulsed every time?
But he said he loved her and everything about her. So maybe, because then I was like, well,
Maybe
is he bi? But then he didn't say, like, he said he's gay.
Right.
Like, wouldn't he just come out and say I'm bisexual if he was bisexual?
Well, he's not sexually attracted to women.
I guess
seems
not.
like it.
Yeah,
So,
I guess not. I guess you can love a person and not be like physically, you know what I'm saying?
it's like a friendship.
Yeah. Essentially, yeah. Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, that's
so crazy because they really, like, when they were dating, they seemed like the perfect couple on Instagram, you know? You're like, wow.
I just
I
wonder,
want to be like them.
What internal battles he was going through during all these shows. Like, he was probably trying to force himself to fall in love with someone.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm really glad that he is finally comfortable with himself.
Yeah.
That's great.
So then there's the other side of it, though.
Yeah.
people are saying just because he came out as gay, you guys are praising him, saying it's great, but remember, there was a restraining order
his past with her,
that he's a stalker.
Yeah,
if that's true, we're assuming it's true.
Yeah,
and so people are saying just because he's coming out as gay doesn't mean that we should be celebrating.
Yeah, it's almost
him.
Like, oh, people are just forgetting about the issues.
Mm-hmm.
I won't forget. I don't look. I didn't like him. I never really liked him, to be honest.
Okay.
Throughout it all. So that doesn't really change now that he's gay. Still don't like him, but I can appreciate what he's doing for himself. But at the same time, I don't forget.
Yeah. I think it was a TikTok you sent me. She's like,
yes,
he was a stalker. Now he's just a gay stalker. I'm like, okay, that's pretty straightforward.
Right. It's very true. Whatever. It's not an excuse, but it might have aided in his actions.
True.
Or like affected them somehow.
Yeah. So now the last piece to this puzzle is apparently he signed a deal with Netflix.
Oh.
To have a reality show. Oh. And I'm thinking, is this all too premeditated?
Oh.
You know?
Is this going to be like The Bachelor, but finally having some,
what, like
diversity?
A gay bachelor?
Yeah. Like, or do you think it'd be a reality show about his life?
Yeah, I think that's more what it is. But my thing is like, okay, so obviously to get a GMA interview, it's planned. Like you probably his people probably reach out to GMA and say he wants to come out as gay. Mm-hmm. Who knows how much planning that takes? Weeks, a month?
It has to.
Yeah,
you can't just call them up and be like, tomorrow,
right?
Like, I'd like to do this.
So I'm assuming then at the same time, like they knew they wanted to do this, and then I guess they got in contact with Netflix to sign this deal. But it's like, I've seen online people are like, is he trying to profit off of coming out as gay now? Out. Yeah. So I don't know.
That's a little confusing. Mm-hmm. I didn't know that at all, actually.
Yeah. So honestly, if the Netflix thing does go through, I might watch it just to see like what it's about. Yeah. Like, is it going to be a coming out story? Is it just going to be like following him in his life?
Well, right. Like, yeah, Netflix doesn't really have shows like that.
Mm-mm. No. So, speaking of Netflix, before I go on to the next thing.
Yes.
The Circle came out with the second season.
I can't wait to
Do you know who's on it? The girl from Too Hot to Handle,
the blonde girl?
Nikki?
Oh.
No. Oh, was her name Nikki?
She
had the accent. The tall one. Chloe. Why do I think it was Nikki?
From the UK, maybe?
Yes. Yep. She's on The Circle. Isn't that random? She's on the second season. I'm like,
no,
we are doing too many crossovers.
Yeah. No. You got to get
new peeps.
Yeah, new people. She was already on a Netflix show.
Mm-hmm.
Get your what?
She's probably making bank, though.
Are you going to watch it?
I'll get to it eventually.
Yeah.
It's kind of one of those things. I was obsessed with it, though.
I'm excited. I've been waiting for like a new, like a season 2 of all those good shows that came out like a year ago.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd probably be more inclined to watch another season of Love is Blind before The Circle, but Love is Blind isn't out yet. So
I would freaking love that. I cannot wait.
Yes. Speaking of, the guy Mark, do you follow him on Instagram?
Yeah, I do.
And his baby is due in like 5 days. I'm like,
I forget
TBT to like how that all went down with Jessica and everything.
Dude,
like,
that was crazy.
Damn.
I still follow like most of them.
Me too.
Yeah. Should we talk about Bridgerton?
You want to? Yeah,
we're on Netflix.
Oh yeah, might as well.
Still sticking with Netflix.
Yeah, let's do it. So this is kind of, I don't know who runs these social media accounts like Instagram because the Bridgerton and the Netflix account didn't post it before another Instagram account posted it. Okay. It was like Shondaland, which I know Shonda Rhimes is like
right.
But like, wouldn't you think that Bridgerton Netflix would have posted it before?
Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't know if it was real or not that it got renewed.
Right.
So Bridgerton got renewed for a 3rd and 4th. We already said they were coming out with the second. We already knew that.
Yeah.
What is there? 8 books?
That sounds right. Yeah.
I think it's like 8. So
newsflash, I think it's going to get renewed for all 8.
Yeah, it was like the biggest Netflix show
like
ever in the history of Netflix.
They're not just going to stop it at like 5.
Yeah. So Lady Whistledown wrote us a little letter, and she said, "It seems we have a rather special announcement. Bridgerton shall return for seasons 3 and 4. This author shall have to purchase more ink." So we're hype.
Oh yeah, definitely hype.
Yeah. And Reggae still isn't coming back, so
sucks. Maybe.
in 3 or 4.
Are they filming season 2 right now?
Probably.
So
I think so.
there's still room for negotiations. Maybe they'll bring him back.
Maybe Pete Davidson will show up.
Oh my god, I would love that.
Surprise.
That'd be awesome.
I feel like his look wouldn't like fit the vibes, but
not at all. But they could make it. Maybe.
I just feel like his face doesn't fit the vibes. He's a very distinct face.
True.
This happened last week, I believe on Friday, I want to say, when our episode dropped. Prince Philip dies at age 99, 2 months, I believe, before his 100th birthday.
Sucks to make it that far.
And then
it sucks to die, like R.I.P.
Well, I mean, I feel like he's been on the verge of death.
Yes.
For the past couple of months, because he was like in and out of the hospital. With,
all the TikToks after like the interview of him, and he did look deceased.
Well, his eyes were like so sunken in. Well, at 99, you're thinking, no shit, like, his eyes are going to be sunken in and everything.
Yeah, so this is like not a surprise at all.
No. But, and I know like the royal family is huge and a death would have been huge, but I feel like it's honestly been elevated after the Meghan and Harry interview. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I just feel like everyone's more invested in the royal family than they've ever been.
That's accurate. I mean, we both started watching The Crown.
Yes. Oh, I watched 2 episodes and then I just keep forgetting.
Same. I'm only on like episode 5. It's a very slow.
You have to pay attention.
You can't binge that show.
No.
That's not a binge worthy show. You got to do like one a night.
Yes.
And you can't, it's hard to like stop the episode midway and then pick it back up because you're like, what the hell's happening?
I have to like remind myself who's who.
Yes.
And what's what.
Oh, you can't look away. You're like.
No. So they haven't come out with an official cause of death yet. But they say
being old.
Honestly,
sorry.
Like, can't that be a cause?
Yes,
like
natural causes.
So they say he passed away peacefully though at Windsor Castle, and the big story around this is Meghan Markle will not be attending the funeral, and of course people are like, "Oh, is it because the interview is
right?"
It's like a huge ordeal.
I think it's just because COVID, she's pregnant. Yes, the interview, she doesn't want to take away anything because that would be the story. Oh, and now it's still the story that she's not coming.
I know,
but I think it'd be worse.
Yeah, she's pregnant. She's due in the summer, and she wasn't really cleared to travel. So
allegedly, yeah.
And people are making it into a bit. I don't blame
her at all, especially after what she's been through. He probably wasn't the best to her.
Yeah, who knows? I mean,
I feel like people don't like him at all. I've heard
that he was.
That's just the consensus I get from people, that he's not the good.
I understand what you're saying.
You know what I'm trying to say? Oh my god. We need to stop
remember when Meghan was saying the comments Oprah about people in the family were asking what color skin? She said it wasn't the Queen. Didn't she say it also wasn't Prince Philip? Or am I imagining? I know.
No, she didn't say it wasn't him.
Gotcha. So we still don't know, but it wasn't the Queen, she said. All right. Yeah. That's fine.
But it was the Queen's husband.
That's it.
/ cousin.
There was something else that I wanted to mention. Oh, the funeral will take place on April 17th, which is, I believe, Saturday, at St. George's Chapel at Windsor Castle. But it's not for the public because of COVID. Can't be visiting peeps.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So R.I.P. Prince Philip. Matt James. Do you feel like he has the most random life ever?
Yeah, honestly.
What the heck?
What's happening, man?
He's at WrestleMania, then he's in Miami, and then he's in New York, and then he's like, what?
Who apparently he's playing 2 women, right?
Yeah.
Like he was telling Rachel that he still had feelings for her.
Yeah, so last episode we saw the pictures, but the story was, a source said they're not getting back together, but apparently she was the one begging to see him, and he finally said sure. But
he paid for her flight.
Yes. Which, I guess, what can you believe, what can you not believe? But we're going with the story.
Yeah.
Reality Steve kind of let us in on this whatever. So we'll take you through the breakdown.
Live.
Yes.
I kind of wish I did see the live.
I know.
I don't know. I don't want to. You never know what he's going to say.
I don't want him to spoil anything.
Right.
For this season of The Bachelorette.
Exactly.
So, long story short, Reality Steve reveals that Matt, before The Bachelor started, was seeing a girl named Grace.
Mm-hmm. Like casually dating, not like serious dating. Well, he's never seriously dated anybody, but
That's true. Facts. So him and Grace continued talking even after he was announced as The Bachelor. He tried to get her to go on, but she wasn't cast. So I wonder if
she had interviews.
I wonder if producers were
crazy.
like, I wonder why she wasn't cast.
Right.
Probably because they had you
Or
know?
like, you know, you can't tell the producers who you want on the show.
Yeah, that's not how it works.
That's not how it works. You can't.
Like you're going to
you
date
can't
other
pick
people.
Your cast. That's the whole point of The Bachelor or Bachelorette.
She probably would have gotten like special attention or something. She's not selected. When she was cut from casting, they're saying they assumed that they just stopped talking.
Right.
They resumed texting apparently the day after Matt and Rachel broke up, which was in February, around Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
So last week, Matt texted Grace while he was in Miami, because she lives only a few hours away from where he was, to go to a party with him.
A few hours. Come to this party.
And according to this, he then alluded to having alone time instead of going to the party. Matt, we see you.
Well, this is all fine.
Yeah, that's
Like he's allowed to do this.
yeah. Actually, he is, because him
He's
and Rachel
single.
aren't together.
Well, he is single.
Yes.
Whatever.
So the girl Grace never ended up going into Miami. So the hookup, potentially that could have been a hookup, never happened. So that was on a Sunday. Flash forward to Tuesday. Grace and everyone else saw the pictures of Matt and Rachel, which is what we saw. And she kind of had the same reaction that we did, and she reached out to Reality Steve and said, like, this is what's going on with me and Matt.
Yeah.
Whatever. Honestly, I feel like Reality Steve would be the one to go to.
Yeah, true. It's like, who do I go to in this moment? My mom? My friend?
Reality
Nah.
Steve.
Steve.
So Reality Steve also has a contact through Rachel's camp, supposedly.
Well, of course. Who doesn't he have contacts with?
That's true. So apparently, Reality Steve has this information stating that Matt actually bought Rachel's ticket to New York, when originally the story was that she was begging him to come see him.
But he might have been stringing her along a little bit.
Yeah. So he bought her ticket, and Rachel stated that Matt has been the one begging for her to come back since the finale aired. So Matt, we're looking at you.
Yeah.
This is all very confusing. I hope we're breaking it down somewhat decently. Reality Steve then talked to Rachel's camp on Thursday about all the information about Grace. So now Rachel's aware. Rachel and Grace apparently compared stories. So Rachel and Grace compared stories. Then Rachel left Matt and said, apparently, I'm done after hearing this, which I don't blame her, I guess.
They're not in a relationship, though.
I know, but if apparently he's begging her to come here and then he's texting this girl, I feel like I'd be like,
yeah, well,
then just have fun with her then.
Right.
I don't know. So that was what happened in the first live. The second live happened very last minute because I guess Grace saw what Reality Steve was saying in the first live and wanted to speak on it herself. So then Grace jumped in and she was just basically confirming everything that he had said, Reality Steve had said. And that's that. And I feel like Matt's been unbothered.
Yeah.
Just living his life at WrestleMania last weekend. Well, I feel like his personality that he portrays on social media was very different than the one that we saw.
Oh, yeah. Totally.
On TV.
Yeah.
Like
we
on
didn't get
TV,
a good image of him.
Like I feel like now he's very like hipster or something, and on TV.
But on the show, he was very like nerdy.
Yeah.
Like dorky.
Yes.
Corny.
All the above.
Lame. Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
So, all right, Matt, we just laid it all out on the line for everyone.
We're gonna keep whatever.
Gonna keep chugging along.
Keep
all right.
up.
Last week's keeping up.
Did you hear me?
What?
We're gonna keep up with Matt.
Keeping up with Matt James. All right. The major topic was Addison Rae on last week's episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Ugh.
And I'm just gonna.
We're gonna glaze over that.
Yes. We're zooming through.
Hold on. Actually, did you hear her song?
Yes.
She sounds like Selena Gomez.
She does.
It's really weird, and I'm not sure like what's
I don't
going
understand
on
why
there.
everyone needs to become a singer now.
Right.
But
just because you can dance and producers can make you sound good doesn't mean you should be.
People love her though.
They do.
You know who else really loves her?
Courtney.
Well, Courtney's son too, which is the reason why they're friends. So
I heard that.
Yeah. So apparently Courtney is friends with Dave Dobrik.
David Dobrik, which he's canceled.
Right.
He's awful.
So apparently Mason, Courtney's son, was like telling David, whatever you want to call him, about his love for Addison Rae. So David set up the whole intro, and then ever since then Courtney and her were inseparable. And Courtney's saying it's not about age, it's just about vibes. Like, that's why they're friends. That's such a Courtney response.
It is.
It's just about vibes. So the whole family is like, this is weird.
Right.
This is bizarre. Like, what is Addison doing that's making Courtney so happy? So they all have a lunch without Courtney with Addison and ask her, like, are you guys hooking up and stuff like that. It was kind of weird.
That's freaking weird.
But they're not hooking up.
Did you know Addison was dating Bryce Hall? Like, come on.
Yeah, come on, peeps.
Up,
so honestly, that's pretty much it with her. I guess they're still friends. I would assume.
I mean,
so.
it makes a lot of sense that these big TikTokers are going to be friends with the Kardashians.
Yeah.
Because the Kardashians can be friends with anyone they want. So
yes. It's just the age thing is so weird to me. Like a 20-year-old and a 40-something-year-old. But whatever.
Yeah. It is weird. Like, is she closer to Mason's age than?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. That's
because Mason's like 11 or 12.
Right? Oh, God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird.
Sus. That is what it is. Okay. The other big takeaway was, Jonathan Chebin, Food God.
Yeah.
So he called Kim. He was robbed with his mom at gunpoint in New Jersey, and he called Kim like right after.
New Jersey. Ugh.
Yeah, that's where his mom lives.
Damn.
And they like stole his watch, and they like had the gun to his mom's head and everything. And so he called Kim, which honestly, I mean, since she went through that robbery, I feel like he probably figured he was probably just in a panic.
Yeah, but maybe don't call.
She was very calm about it though. She's like, just come back here, like stay with us, blah blah. So
wow.
Yeah.
Who was the person? Did they get caught?
From the episode, like the last that they talked about it, they were looking. Like the police were looking. But
that's insane. Yeah,
so that was that. Keeping Up. There's a new episode tonight. Well, I guess today's Thursday, so it'll already be out by tomorrow. But Courtney's dating Travis Barker. We already know this. She posted on her Instagram that he got a tattoo of her name on his chest. I'm obsessed, but I feel like a lot of people aren't obsessed.
Here's my thing. Travis Barker would get anything tattooed on him.
That's true.
The man is covered from head to toe.
Covered.
Literally. So I don't think it's like a big thing for him.
He could probably just get it covered up if he needed to.
Yeah, with someone who has no tattoos or thinks, like they are permanent, whatever. But I can see how they think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
But then, do you think this means that they're serious, like super serious?
I think they are.
Me too.
I really think they are. Yeah, because honestly, like, who just gets some? They have to be.
Yeah. You don't do that if you have any doubts.
She hasn't been this public with a relationship in a long time.
Yeah, that's true.
So
it's kind of crazy. Like, what do you think Scott thinks?
Well, he's with Amelia, so
yeah, but he's never been in a serious.
Besides court. Well, I guess Sophia was technically that was like 3 years.
He didn't get a tattoo of her.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. Like, do you think he's just a little jealous? Like,
probably that she's super happy.
Jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah. That some dude has her name on his chest. Damn. Imagine laying your head down on your boyfriend's chest and you just like look over and there's your name.
That is crazy.
That's a power move.
Like, he is tatted up with her name. But there was speculation too that he has other tattoos that like reference her.
Oh.
Like, he got recently Audrey Hepburn tattoo, and that's like one of her favorite things. So people were like saying, but maybe he just likes Audrey Hepburn. Who knows? I don't know.
If they get married, they need to tattoo their rings. I feel like that's such a cool thing to do.
I don't know if she would do that.
But you don't know the new Courtney.
That's true.
The new one
for him,
might.
she might.
Yeah.
All right, in other Kardashian news, this is the first we've heard from Kanye West. He's, since a lot of the divorce stuff has gone on, he is requesting joint custody, which is fine because Kim also said the same. So it seems like they're agreeing on that to split the time.
Well, that's good.
And his court filing also asserts that they should each pay their own legal fees. And he agrees
definitely fair.
He agrees with Kim that neither party should pay spousal support. Yeah, like you're both
also fair.
Yeah, like come on. Is that even a question?
Yeah,
like,
that shouldn't even be a question.
For normal people, that's a thing.
Honestly, okay, I get it why they want to have the court order, but couldn't they just like both agree to do joint custody and then like why do they even have to go through the courts?
Because I feel like, and I'm not trying to hate on Kanye for the way that he is, but I feel like someone who can kind of go off the deep end like him, what if he has a mental breakdown and like changes his mind?
Them, like, like she needs to be able to say like you're breaking the law, like whatever.
I feel like it's probably just better if they have it.
That's a good point.
Written somewhere.
Yeah.
J-Lo and A-Rod have called it quits for what feels like it's like deja vu, kind of.
Yeah.
So they like faked us out last time.
No one thought they like. I thought they were broken up already. You know.
Yeah, it was weird.
No one believed them when they were like, "Just kidding, we're gonna work on things." Like I was like, "No, you're not."
Yeah, because they called off their engagement about a month ago,
and they were engaged for a while, right?
And then everyone was like, "They're just done." But they said, "No, we're gonna work on things. We're just calling off the engagement." But I feel like if you're gonna call off an engagement,
yeah,
you're probably just done then. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, well,
well, you're gonna go back to an engagement
like later on. Like, what sense does that make?
Yeah.
So anyway, they just said that they realize they're better as friends and they look forward to remaining so. We will continue to work together and support each other on our shared businesses and projects. So they are donezo. Before
she could
they
do better.
You think?
Yeah. I just don't think he's like that attractive, and I think Jennifer Lopez is like.
I think he's a decent person though.
Oh.
From what I've heard.
Like,
I don't really know him that much.
I don't know him. Yeah, I don't know him either, but.
Yeah, other than what he used to do for a profession, I don't know too much about him. All right, and to wrap it up, good old Britney. Honestly, I'm just as confused as other people on this. Yeah. But basically, she's been posting a lot of pictures with the caption "Red," and then she finally posted a picture that said "Red is here," and everyone was waiting for the reveal, and nothing was revealed.
Nothing.
So we don't know what she's talking about, as usual. And
like it makes no sense.
That's that on that.
So like red, like blood.
Yeah, like
you know, like that can be kind of dark. I don't know. That's what I think. Christmas or blood or
maybe it's some sort of music project. I don't know. But then why say red is here when you've been like hyping it up?
Right.
I don't know. I really don't know.
And if she does have a team of people like doing this for her, they got to be way better at marketing because you don't market something that you're not explaining.
Yeah.
You know?
And like the picture she was posting, like it was a red refrigerator and then like a red picture with a cat.
Oh. Well, you know how I said her bio had like soon to be chef or something?
Yes. The fridge,
but the cat. There's no correlation.
Do you think maybe she's using chef as a metaphor for something? Like, I don't know.
I have no idea.
Brittany, explain yourself.
Just please help us out here.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's it for her. But we didn't talk about Fearless, right?
Oh yeah,
Fearless came out. Yeah,
I feel like it's been so long since that came out.
But I know.
Do you have any favorites? Like any
like new ones? Maybe. I love Mr. Perfectly Fine.
Yeah,
I love that one.
I'm trying to. So I think when like the album first came out, my favorite song, well, it still is my favorite song from that album, Love Story. I just how can you not love,
right.
And the dance version to that, which I know we already talked about.
Yeah,
I love that too.
Yeah.
15. That one stood out to me. I used to love that one.
Yes. When I heard it in my car on my way to work, I was like, whoa. And I was singing the lyrics and it was really like,
if you really like,
resonating.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like 26 now and thinking back to when I was 15 and somebody tells you they love you, like, you're going to believe them.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I did believe it.
No, honestly, like the lyrics, it really was a story.
Yeah.
That I feel like everyone can relate to now, like looking back.
Yes. And for her to sing it now, it's just like, it's I love it.
Yeah.
I love everything
That
about
one
it.
really stood out to me.
I still love Fearless.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't know. It's so
Yeah.
good.
Overall, it was great.
Mhm.
I really have no complaints about it.
Mm-mm.
And people are saying they think 1989 is next. And I'm starting to believe, like the TikTok theories,
Oh, really?
they're saying that 1989 they really think is next for several different
Damn.
reasons. Well, she was on the Stephen Colbert show.
Okay.
And she kind of well, of course, people pick the things that she does apart, which I don't even know how they find these Easter eggs. Like, I'm just watching the video.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't
like,
notice anything.
okay.
Yeah, and they're like picking out all these different clues. I'm like, sounds good to me.
Right.
Like, okay.
It's crazy.
So I'll be interested to see if that one is next, because she's not going in order, clearly.
Mm-mm. No one works harder than Taylor Swift. I swear to God.
Besides Kris Jenner.
Oh,
But
true.
honestly,
And the devil.
honestly though, Taylor Swift
She
works. I mean,
she bangs those songs out like faster than anyone, and she released like 6 new songs.
new ones.
Well, they were.
I mean, they
new,
were, but she still had to re-record and everything.
right,
Yeah,
like what? It's like an hour and a half of music
it probably takes
on top of like the 3 albums she just put out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how she does it.
And she's already working probably on the next re-recording. Like,
she needs to relax, kind of. Like, I feel like that documentary that she did on Netflix,
mm-hmm.
like, kind of like showed that she does need to like take a break sometimes.
I was just thinking about when I was listening in the car to the Fearless, the new version.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, I wonder if Joe's gonna propose soon, or if he
Her boyfriend.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know.
do you think they have plans of that? I mean, she's 31,
Right.
32,
something
31. So I'm just wondering, like, if that's something that they talk about, or if she'll keep that a secret if he does. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I
'Cause they've
kind of
been
sometimes
together.
forget that they're dating, or like that
I
she's
know.
in a relationship.
And that he's so involved in her new music. It's kind of interesting. It's cool.
What is he? Is he a guitar player or something?
I know she says that he writes a lot with her.
He's a writer. Okay. All right.
It's been fun, everyone.
Thanks for listening.
Yes, as always, give us a follow and all that jazz. And all that jazz.
Maybe we'll have some new pictures coming out.
Yes, look out.
We don't even have it planned yet, but I just wanted to tease it. Like,
yeah, it's like a little teaser.
Yeah.
You know.
New vibe. But, you know.
A spring summer vibe.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Catch you on the flip side.
Peace out.